Catherine, what did you think of the planetarium?
It's very beautiful, and it has great exhibits and information for you to read. Things I didn't even know about, that pieces of us came from a star. And there was a great show to watch. And they had a line for the telescope, but we decided to skip that one.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I love science. I just love science, and I love space. Sundial. Okay, well, this is David, Johnny 2B.
And I'm Catherine.
We're signing off. Have a good night. Okay. The inactive pistol coil, by the way.
Fit in this one.
View. You can see the LA smog. There's the ocean over there. You okay, Catherine?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Catherine?
What are those skyscrapers versus these?
Well, that's downtown Los Angeles, and that's the west side. That's remember where Sinai Temple is? You know Sinai Temple? That's the west side. Remember, you know Sinai Temple where we were for Matan's bar mitzvah? Yeah, that's the west side. You can see the sun setting, and there's smoggy LA. There's the ocean back that way. It's so smoggy you can't tell there's ocean back there. That's LA smog. How did they get up there? Strange. My picture of the sun. See. How seasons work. Interesting. Oh, I get how that. Wait, what stars you can see different seasons? Very interesting. Oh, I get what they're doing. Okay. Tides. Oh, there's your thing on tides. This is how tides work, huh? What's your opinion on this? Yeah, does not mean bulk. Life does not mean bulk. It could be as tiny as a micro. That's true. Telescopes. Moon phases. Oh, look at this. What's this all about? Why is it mentioning my birthday? This is the reflector disc of this telescope. It's looking out into space right now. This is, I'm not sure what wing we're in. We're looking at the planetarium. There's downtown Los Angeles. And there's the main telescope. See the smog of LA.
Central Park over New York, same
Now wait for you right here. We'll see the show. Yeah, I just want to see what this is. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of movies were filmed here. Hours are operational at 10 p.m. James Dean Memorial. Let's go around them, huh?
Okay. You gonna walk on the grass?
Yeah, I have to go around them, right? He's photo shooting. Sorry. We'll see a show, go to the market, have some fun. Sound good? Right? You okay? Here we are, famous Griffith Observatory. A lot of science fiction movies here. So what do you think, Catherine?
It's beautiful.
World famous observatory, all the famous, like Terminator.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, he quotes, you know, he's like, look at this picture. Oh, half cake packs and six pack. It's like, your clothes, give me your clothes. Fuck you, asshole. Fuck you, asshole. Well, it's good, isn't it? And that's the west side.
Mi mamá es de Santa Fe.
Es que iba de los Rosarinos, no somos
Mermaid was done the bed like Star Wars.
There's the Hollywood sign, Catherine. Look at that.
Oh, neat. Take a picture.
I am taking a picture. Zooming in on Hollywood sign. Zooming right in. Welcome to Hollywood. Look at that, Catherine. Oh, there's Hollywood. Used to be real estate. Here, can you hold the camera? And you can get some pictures.
You want me to videotape you?
Yeah, videotape.
Hold on a
me.
second.
So here we are.
Hold on, I'm not ready yet.
Well, this was the Columbia Pictures and MGM/Sony Pictures tour. And my final thoughts, I really like Paramount and Warner Brothers. Of course, Universal's interactive, and that's a fun park. That's my thoughts. I mean, this was a lot of walking, but I do like, this was actually pretty fun. But I do like Warner Brothers and Paramount to do another time, and I'll have to do a Wheel of Fortune next time. Any thoughts, Catherine?
No, it was a pretty good tour. It's all by foot though, so you gotta be careful. We ended up having to bring the walker with us, so he would have something to sit in if he got too tired. But it was a really great tour.
That's why I like Paramount and Warner Brothers. They put you in a cart. move you around in their little cart thing. Alright, so this is David, Johnny 2B.
I'm Catherine.
Signing off. Have a good night. Yeah, Grand Prize of Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune.
Case here that you can see through some of the windows. There's still working offices as well, so we can film outside of here, have people work inside, but just have them closer blinds with the back exits. Nice. And you can install things like snow rigs, rain rigs outside of here as well to give us different weather effects. It's a very small detail, but something you have to pay attention to when you're filming outside is actually plant life. We have a lot of desert tanks around our lab because they're native to SoCal, but if the project takes place in a different region, we'll replace those. We actually have a greenhouse off-site. We'll take some plants out of there, store them here for a bit, and use them for the project. Straight down this way, you'll see a replica of a low cedar, which is the chain that owned MGM for a while and would distribute all their films. And at the very end, those used to be the old front gates of MGM. They stopped being the front gates as cars literally got too wide.
Mr. Deeds, the original one from MGM. Look at this, a New York lot. No golf carts.
And down here, this is our main backlot street for exterior filming. This whole kind of design and lot functions as a backlot for us. So MGM sold.
Recto 1.
Right over here we have our project from the 2016 reboot. It's a comparison to have it everywhere though.
Cat.
In the New Mexico desert, the heat. So apparently it's very warm inside of here for the animals as well. So we have it here. Right behind that is Walter White's RV from Breaking Bad. And for Breaking Bad, we had 4 copies of this RV made. When they were getting this car for the show, they wanted to find the most off-putting looking car they could. Pontiac agreed we could use this one. It was their lowest selling model because they didn't want to be too associated with the whole drugs aspect of Breaking Bad. Ironically, it had the inverse effect though. The show was so popular, it brought a bunch of attention to the car sales. Gold version sitcoms film for about 11 years because that really kind of grew up. And right behind that from Talladega Nights is Will Ferrell. This is a Ricky Bobby race car. For this movie, we have to shoot a scene where Will Ferrell is driving backwards, which is not the safest stuff to achieve. So if you look in through the window, you see the car itself is backwards. The real driver's seat is on the left-hand side. You've got a stunt driver leaning back driver. Seconds and we're done. So they're driving it across the bridge. Of course, it stalls, holds up a bunch of traffic, got a huge fine from the city of New York. So we learned a lesson about permanence with that. And right behind this is our newer version used in Frozen Empire and Afterlife. Take a look at some of our picture cards and for these, please feel free to get a close crystal look in the left. And these were all used from floating in the water on the door. Her hair goes into the wood. And there's this quick shot where she lifts up her head and a frozen hair signal. Into that hair signal broke them crazy. They spent hours and hours testing out different objects and nothing was working. They tried using Velcro, but it was too rough and scratchy. They tried freezing away to a piece of wood, turning that off, also didn't work. And then they gave up. They're like, we need a break. So they went home early for the day, and Robin was making herself lunch. She was making a sandwich for herself. So she got her bread, her tomatoes, her meat. She gets her lettuce. And when she cuts into her lettuce, she's like, something just frozen there. So they go back in there with a big bucket of lettuces and cabbages and just stir them up. Paris. Recently, things like Spider-Man No Way Home, Fablemans, you see a lot of Star Wars on the list, projects like Twisters, Monster University, Jurassic World. Not all Sony movies as well, kind of other ones from other studios around the world. All right, so for and the reason for that, only 99 miles outside the city, literally the first you can go without getting in trouble. The Clark Cable building on your right-hand side used to be where all the screenwriters would work back in the day. They were kind of known for just hanging around, smoking cigars. Then they had an assistant who would ring a bell when an independent check was walking up so they could rush back to their his apartment. He only lasted about 2 years at MGM because he notoriously hated making films. There were a bunch of strict rules you had to follow if you were under contract and you had an apartment with a studio. One of these being if you wanted to leave the city of Los Angeles and go 100 miles or more outside of it, you had to tell the studio where you were going so they could keep track of it. You guys are familiar with Palm Springs meter situation, because you'll be making little adjustments as you're going through your editing process, and then you realize, oh shoot, we gotta fix that dialogue. So for example, last year when we put out Bad Boys Ride or Die, 2 weeks before that was in theaters, we had Will Smith and Martin Lawrence in there recreating some dialogue as well. So it's a very last minute situation. Anytime we have a scene in Spider-Man where Tom Holland is wearing his mask, we don't record that on set. It's really awful like this. Instead, we'll bring him in there, they tie a cloth around his face so it sounds like it's not. Down there. Down there is where they have their interviews or their pitches. So you see a big crowd of people outside holding their projects and pitches and stuff. Going one at a time, do their pitches, then they head back over here to stage 9 where they record their exit interview. Usually on the walk over you can tell if they did well in the show or not, but it's not happy they look heading over to stage 9. Stage 7 right next door is kind of a unique sound stage. We have an enormous LED backdrop inside here, so it's kind of the future of technology for backgrounds. It's essentially a high definition screen that wraps around most of the stage and the ceiling as well, so you can do this complicated sci-fi background. They use this for stuff like a lot of the Star Trek TV shows, you know, when they have their big sci-fi spaceship sets. Spaceships are a lot to create, and green screens can look very obvious. So you can put it up on that screen behind you, has some actual props in front of it, it's going to look a bit more realistic. So even though our stages go up to 30, we have 18 that are in use for filming today. Some of them have been retired and are used for other purposes. For example, stages 5 and 6 for MGM. Stage 6 was the whole stage for the studio, where Elvis Presley shot projects like Viva Las Vegas, and James Kelly's on the stage. This is his favorite place to do his big dance numbers for projects like Singing in the Rain and An American in Paris. Nowadays, it's not part of our nostalgia market that we're going to look at.
No surprise on that. They said if we were at the Paramount or Warner Brothers, we'd be in a tram. You know that? Catherine? If we were at Paramount or Warner Brothers, we'd have a tram. We'd be sitting on a moving tub here at this thing. I'm almost surprised about Jeopardy because Jeopardy is an ABC show, so that's about an hour and a half. I said we should be in a tram thing. I don't know why I didn't remember walking, so I can't. There's a bathroom back there. Well, there was back there, but I don't know if there's another one back there.
Ran through this stage. So you probably noticed this stage goes on for quite a while. It is the largest stage on our lot, about the size of an American football field, to give you some perspective. One of our stages to rehearse with the rest of their band, their backup dancers. Just last week, stage 27 is where Kali Uchis was rehearsing her upcoming tour. Right next door, stage 15. Last year, this is where Olivia Rodrigo rehearsed her Guts tour. Years before that, this is where Beyonce rehearsed her iconic Coachella set. And this stage was the main stage shot from the music videos inside stage 27. And as an homage to this, they recently filmed part of the Michael Jackson biopic inside the soundstage. So they filmed a whole concert montage inside of here, set to one song that took place around the world. Essentially, they're filmed on our lot, The Wizard of Oz, which is entirely indoors across 6 stages, 27 being Emerald City. So on the taller side, you have these giant big walls of the city set up with a huge sky backdrop behind. If you got spray paint, then you got a dark screen. And typically, we do a lot of streaming service TV shows around our lot, so they're going to be shorter seasons, only about 8 to 10 episodes, which means they're temporary sets. So they'll set up here, shoot for about 3 months, completely tear down their set at the end of season, and then rebuild from scratch about 8 months later to shoot their next season of the show. So it is a lot of rebuilding time, but that is actually a more cost-efficient way to do all the sets for production. For our feature films, what they're going to do is tear down their sets, get the raw building materials, sell it to the next production moving in. So recycle some materials, and they make back some of the rides and trailers effective. They use the parking lot over here for trailers for air and wardrobe. You start your menu over here, head over to the main stage for filming. Marvel, though, is very paranoid about anything leaking from their project. Finished that project in about 10 more years of film. So, very brave lady, which is why we dedicated this stage. We're going to continue down through while we're talking, but again, as we're passing by any of those sound stages, black people can take a photo if you would like. And I mentioned
Stooges were filmed to apparently Colombia acquired MGM and Sony acquired them, according to that. MGM, Sony, Colombia.
had 3 that were made out of wood. One of them had a vault bottom magnet to make it look like the tubes can move on their own. And then one of them is actually made out of rubber, which is
of course, Paramount did stuff too, so. Stuart Little.
Now let's explore color lighting. Artists that saw pictures images. One of the main goals of lighting is to create a warm and inviting atmosphere with color.
Okay, so now what? Oh, what's up?
Finger.
Oh. Yeah, James Bond stuff was filmed by MGM, so. This is a replica of Seinfeld, so. Movies and TV shows, so. Anything look familiar?
Look at the stretching of each post as he does a few corkscrews around the room.
Oh yeah, James Bond stuff, I forgot. James Bond stuff will be here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Ghostbusters. Spider-Man. Well, the original Spider-Man stuff. That was pretty heavy, that Emmy, huh? Really heavy, huh? Outlander. I don't know that one. Breaking Bad. What do you think, Catherine? Karate Kid. Ghostbusters. MIB, Man Black. Man Black. Oh, here's Jumanji stuff, huh? We came up with that, huh? Yeah. Oh. What's your thoughts? Yeah. I don't remember that one. What's over here? Oh, look at this. Ghostbuster stuff.
This one was also one of my ideas to do a female Ghostbuster.
A female Ghostbuster? Oh, there's Slimer. There's a miniature. Proton packs. Oh yeah, the first Spider-Man was this. Original.
Iron Man. Oh, no, Batman?
No, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
There's another one in the other one.
Yeah, it's heavy, huh? Yeah. Zorro. Yeah. Anything look familiar? Pee Wee Herman. Anything look familiar?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. Seinfeld. You invited him, didn't you? That's right, he was filmed here, huh?
Here?
Well, in the studio. Not here, but, you know, in the studio. Hey, didn't you invite him?
Alright everyone, welcome to Stony. My name is Toby. I'll be your tour guide for today. For our first stop, it's our prop and costume museum. All these props you see around you and the costumes around the corner are all authentic, so they were used on screen for our different productions. The one exception to that is our Seinfeld over here. This is a replica, but here's been in here. It's very true. We also have a real Oscar and Emmy right over there. You guys are welcome to pick those up, take photos, practice your speeches, do all that great stuff. While we're inside of here, photos and videos are allowed, so please take as many as you would like. We're going to spend about 10-15 minutes here for you guys to look around, explore, then we'll continue on to our next stop in just a bit. And again, my name is Toby. Let me know if you guys have any questions about this tour.
Thank you. Okay, here's the Emmy. Yeah, why don't you take a...
There's no class, there's no being
Warner Brothers MGM lot. So we are at Sony Pictures, which used to be MGM. Sony bought them in 2005. And we're waiting for our tour. Told us checking at 1 o'clock. We're about half an hour early from that. I wasn't sure what to expect with LA traffic. You're not sure what to expect. So Catherine, you ever been to a movie studio before?
Nickelodeon in Florida.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's not the real Nickelodeon though.
But they were filming there.
They were filming at the time, yeah. Yeah, Nickelodeon's and Universal, the real studios, and next time we'll go to Universal, the real Universal Studios, we'll go to Paramount and Warner Brothers next time. But we're doing the MGM/Sony. So we'll see how that is.